Welcome into AZ Audibles. I'm Haley Stasiak with Eric Sorensen and our special guest this week, Centennial head coach Richard Taylor. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
As the 2017 season is approaching and the summer starting to wind down, what is it that you're most looking forward to with these guys?
Well, I'm interested to see how all their hard work is going to pay off. We've worked very hard from the end of last season, and I'm real excited to see how the younger guys do and how we set about our work this year.
Coach, Dane Thomas really burst on the scene last year as a junior. He left and now is back at Centennial. He's going to be a marked man this fall. Where have you seen the most growth in his game in the spring and now into the summer, heading into his senior year?
Well, he's stronger and faster than he was last year. He benches 400 squats, 600, and power cleans 300. And I think we had him timed at a 4.4. So he is bigger, stronger, and faster than he was last year, and I think he knows our offense better. He will be a marked man, but I know that our offensive line is going to try to help him as much as they can.
There's so many high-profile recruits here in the state of Arizona. One of those that may not be getting enough credit, even though he has the offers to back them up, is Dominic Hampton. How have you seen his game grow the most as a shutdown corner for the Coyotes?
Well, you know, last year at the end of the year, we saw 4 1,000-yard receivers. He shut all of them down.
Wow.
Now, last year he didn't have a whole lot of stats simply because coaches recognized early on what a player he was, and they tried to avoid him and went to the other side. The biggest thing about him right now is I think he's really becoming a leader. You know, he has 8 or 10 big-time offers, and the other kids look up to him, and he's taking on that responsibility as a leader. That's really going to be important for our team.
We talked a little bit about how you're such a long-tenured coach and you've had so much success. Is there kind of a secret to getting these guys to buy into the way you run things and out there on the field as well?
Well, I think they know that we have their best interest at heart, that we care about them, that we love them. But there's a certain way that we do things, and that's expected. And if you want to play here, you have to do those things. And I believe that our weight program, if you follow through with our weight program, it works just like Novocaine. You're going to get stronger.
Coach, thanks so much for joining us this week.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Coaches use a lot of means to motivate and encourage leadership on their teams. One high school in the Valley brought in members of the armed services to do just that.
Point is, those swim buddies are there to take care of each other. Teammates on the one-on-one level, that's where it starts to build, is take care of each other, right? That's what it's about.
I got out, I retired from the SEAL teams. I wrote a book, bestseller, LA Times, the same, First Fast Fearless, and a lot of support off that, and I developed a company off that, the Heiner Group. And so I teach corporate leadership.
And it's about dealing with adversity. And obviously we've had a little bit, and how do we bring the kids back together? How do we bring the team together? And just so that they can see that really successful people, anybody that does anything in life, they're going to have adversity. Jamie Brewington, whose son played for us last year, he turned me on to Ed Heiner. Ed and I spoke for probably 3 minutes and hit it off immediately. And then the Heiner Group agreed to come out here. But really, they drove out here in their car. And did it gratis for it.
How do you handle it? What would you do? What's the smart thing to do now?
The best thing it does is it shows our kids that you have to self-advocate. You have to ask for help. You succeed in groups. You fail by yourself. And don't ever be ashamed to ask for help. And just by them being that gracious and doing it, I think it's a great message.
It's about loving your teammates. And with that, if you drive from that, everything else takes care of itself. Selflessness, but that love, you try to tap into those guys. That's the elite teams all have it. They don't talk about it, but that's kind of the chemical that builds you.
On bad teams, nobody leads. On good teams, coaches lead. On great teams, players lead. And that is what this is. We want them to lead. We want them to understand that if guys are breaking the bonds of what we accept and what we want to be, the leaders have to be the ones that come tell me and come tell the coaches so we can step in, because sometimes doing the right thing isn't easy. But you do the right thing because it's the right thing to do.